Hey folks, welcome to Planet Traffic. Today's episode, tonight I'm actually filming because I do weather phenomenon on my channel and kind of cover certain things, especially in my neck of the woods here in northwest Georgia. And we have an approaching ice storm that I don't really know yet what is going on. I don't know if everyone knows. It's going to be cold, it's going to be wet, and it might freeze. Okay, fine. But it got me to thinking. I'm a little over 3 years removed from retiring from the USPS. That would be the United States Postal Service. I started there in 1988. And then, retired about 3 years ago. So it's like a 34 year career. But I got to tell you, hey, there was a lot. I probably can do multiple episodes on my channel for people that, this is more about a job reflection. I think whatever line of work you're in, this is probably going to be very similar to something that you've experienced yourself. But look, every job has a great cast of characters. So with the Postal Service, if you're indoors like I was, shout out to the Oak Mail Center / NDC in Philadelphia, PA, there's hundreds of characters per shift. So that's one thing that you walk away with in a 34-year career. And I would probably say I fall into that same category of I was one of the characters. I would assume a handful of people would say that. Now, that being said, one of the other things that really was very entertaining was when it snowed. Because when it snowed, me and my buddy Ron were talking the other day. So in the long, 34-year career, there might have been 4 or 5 administrative days, which would be the equivalent of a snow day for anyone's job, where they were like, yeah, don't come into work because it's the weather is terrible. So maybe 4 or 5 times. Well, I'm going to say in a 34-year, and I could probably search this on the internet, how many foot-sized snowstorms there were in 34 years. I'm going to say there was probably 17. That's a real super guesstimate, but where, like, you really should not be on the roads at all. Like, don't go on the roads. So the first 5 years of my postal career, I'll be self-admittedly, was very nervous. One, I wanted to get paid. Okay, so the threat on a lot of the shifts that I was on between the Philly BMC at the time, NDC, and this other place up in Langhorne, Pennsylvania, was called the Annex. I was up there working for a few years. Was that there would always be a threat from the main manager that if you did not show up, you were not going to get paid. And no, there's no guarantee for administrative leave. So them first 5 years, I was pretty much driving. I was going to find a way up there because I did not want to miss a day's pay. And, there's no guarantee of administrative leave. Now, I don't think I ever came in and they gave out administrative leave. I don't think it ever came to that in my whole career. I'm not sure yet. But if it happened once, it was a lot. But the times that I did come in, man, did I learn my lesson. I remember the one time being on Roosevelt Boulevard, Route 1. I was heading up into Langhorne. And it was ice. It was an ice storm. We didn't get snow, it was ice. Man, I did a 360 right before you get to the Neshaminy Mall exit. I wasn't getting off at Neshaminy Mall. I almost did involuntarily get off it. Because I thought I was doing all right, and just all of a sudden the car just went a full 3. Did I do a 360? No, I did a 180. Because I was facing the traffic on my northbound side coming at me because I was completely spun around. I kind of the rest of the ride, which I did continue doing, I'm like, yeah, I'm never going to do this again. If it's crappy, I don't care what the situation is. I'm not risking my life for this. This is nuts. Which brings me to the next point. So if you didn't risk your life and report to the Postal Service at that facility, you would call in. It would usually be like pretty much a comical well, not always, but somewhat comical phone interaction where it would be, what? Yeah, I won't be in tonight. Why? And it's like, well, I can't even open my front door because the snow's so high. Something, right? But it was after you came back to the job, like say a day later, or whatever the scenario was. Or did you come to work? Like, because the union would ask you, did you come to work? I was like, no, I didn't. I called out. And, oh, okay, because the one time I remember leaving work. It was already bad. It was terrible, and it got worse. And then, say there was, 16 hours, maybe 10 hours, 12 hours between shifts, because there might have been overtime. So it was bad when we left. And it was like when we got up, it was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. I'm not coming in. So I had to write a note, write a letter, or write a statement about what I did. And I will say, like, there was a lot of statements written in there. It just, I tried to shovel. I went back in the house. My back was hurting. Blah 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 blah. I tried to get out of the house. Just talking about all the things that you tried to do to give yourself a chance to make work, and you have to exhaust every means possible. I'm sitting there writing, them first few statements. It was like a page long. We rarely ever got compensated because we wrote those statements, and there might have been like an 80% call out rate, where 80% of the craft did not come in. And it still didn't matter. Like it was very rare to get administrative leave. I think that one big blockbuster, what was it, 93 or 96, wherever we got the 3-footer, I'll put that in here. That was a lock. You were like, yeah, everything's closed. The whole world's closed. But writing statements and making the phone calls in was just straight comedy. It really got. It was stressful because I was kind of. My budget was terrible. It was not terrible. It was just, raising kids, and there wasn't a lot of money. So always this fear of not getting paid. But then after a while, when it was like, look, after I spun out on the boulevard, after I spun out on, I got a little thing. After I spun out like on Route 1, it was like, yeah, I'm never freaking doing this again, man. This is just completely not worth it. And the worst case scenario is you went and you got stuck at work. And most likely, if it's a heavy snow, there's no trucks driving in that. There's no trucks delivering mail into the building that you could process. But I'm going to keep recollecting moments as this storm flows through here. They already closed schools here in Georgia on Monday. And my understanding is they've already closed schools in Philly on Monday. How many people... at the USPS, again, shout out to all y'all that work indoors and outdoors, of course, is terrible. How many are going to call out Sunday night? Saturday night, you're not going to get nothing. I mean, overnight, so it's probably not going to be a thing. But that Sunday shift, how many people are going to call out? How many people are not going to get administrative leave? How many people are going to write statements? So please get in the comments. If you do watch my video, please talk about some of the most ridiculous storms that there was no snow day, that you wrote a statement about and never got like a snow day. Yeah, I know there was a handful over 34 years, and just thinking about like, yeah, we had to come in and write a short essay about why we didn't make work. I actually thought I was going to be filming today, like, I guess about a week ago. I was thinking currently right now we'd be in the middle of an ice storm. So I was like, oh, let me talk about all that time spent calling out from work, trying to get taking a snow day, period. But just, I'd be paying for it with my personal time. That's just fair enough. But then, the whole point of this video is like, there were times where it was really, really impossible to get to work. And it didn't matter because the government has administrative leave. Like Braxy B's probably off tomorrow. That's a paid day. It's a snow day. It's a night because they're expecting this to all freeze tonight. So that's what I'm referring to with this video. The times where it was like you couldn't make it because it was absolutely impossible. Now, well, first let me show you something. This is kind of crazy. So I call this Tree Creek. It's all back here. There's two waterfalls. There's one over that way. Now, don't get it mixed up. This really isn't a creek. It looks like it today. It really isn't. What it is just irrigation. It gets the water from, I'm not going to be showing you the whole neighborhood, but it gets the water off the streets and it funnels it this way. I don't know where it goes from here. I know Atlanta will have problems with flooding. It makes me wonder sometimes exactly where it goes, because there's one of the waterfalls right there. But anyway, yeah, so this is a lot of rain. A lot of rain. No frozen. There was a point this morning where this had a little bit of ice on it. But that is since it's 36 degrees right now, so this is all rain. If this had been snow, oh yeah, it'd be on right now. When it came to my postal career, now that I'm retired, not that it really matters, I probably would have said this if I was still working there. The whole goal was to enjoy the snow day. So what I would do in most instances is get up. Now remember, I'm not expecting to get administrative leave. I will request it when I call in. And I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get it, but that's okay. Because when I write the statement when I come back with the union, I'm going to say I couldn't shovel it out. Oh my God, I was buried in snow. The car, I couldn't move it. Da-da-da-da-da-da, all that good stuff that you would say. In the hopes that you might get administrative leave. You're not going to get it. In reality, what would happen? Oh, the following would happen. So, I would get up first thing in the morning. Like, not first thing, like 10 a.m. I've already called out. Assuming I was on day shift, which, oh, by the way, I spent half my career on night work. So, assuming I was on day shift. And then what I would do is I would shovel my butt off. Parked in the back. I live in Philly, so we had the row homes and everything. So I would shovel the back all the way almost up to the, shovel my car out, but then shovel me a path to get out. Because it was pretty tricky. I was 3 doors from the street. It was pretty tricky there, and it could get slippery. Shovel it out. So I was working my butt off. But let me tell you something. I had that car cleared off, the path cleared out, and I was at ShopRite, and probably the beer distributor right after that, by 11:30, so that I could really enjoy my day, which would mean eating cool food, having a drink or two of choice, and staring out the front window at the snow on the ground. But no, I couldn't make it to work. Yeah. Yo, I learned my lesson, man. Look. That day I spun out on the boulevard, I was like, yeah, this is I'm done. I'm not doing this no more. So there were times, could I have made it? I probably could have made it. But was I going to? Hell no. Hell no. There was video games to be played. There was possibly games to watch on TV. There was like, fill in the blanks. But yeah, so I hope you're all safe wherever you are. Shout out to the Bulk Mail Center, NDC crew from Philly. Worked there for over 3 decades. Thinking about you all, especially tonight, because them phones are going to be ringing at work. I don't even know if they do that anymore. I don't know why I'm saying phones. It's probably some crap you tap on your phone for all I know, without making a phone call. But whatever it is. It just had me thinking, man. I miss those times, man. The late 80s, the 90s, into the 2000s. The old phone calls, the disgruntled supervisor who had to pick the phone up, who a lot of times would slam it down, before you even had a chance to say, oh, yeah, okay. They kaboom. They just bang on you real quick. There were times, man. Missed them Philly snowstorms. Down here, it's just not going to get snow last year, but that is one good thing about that. I don't know what I miss. I don't miss driving in the snow. I don't miss any of that. I miss seeing it from time to time, but you really are not going to get. You do run the risk of the ice storm. The best part about it is, like, say we do get ice tonight, like there's going to be no driving around tomorrow if there's, if it's icy, because they don't really treat the roads down here. They don't know how to do that. I don't even know if they have salt. I don't even know what they do on the interstate. I really have no clue. I've heard the horror stories. That's all. I already know what it's like to drive on these roads when they're dry. But yeah. So tomorrow might be pretty ugly, and I'll be back to probably finish this video tomorrow just to get an eyeball of how things went. But yeah, man, be safe, and that's all for now. All right, so I'm gonna close out this video out in west of Atlanta. Let's just say that west of Atlanta. We're right around, I don't know, 26, 27 degrees, and yeah. So if you have a great day, pleasant tomorrow. Thanks for watching. So I think that this part of the Atlanta metro area definitely got spared. We don't have, so there must have been enough wind prior to the super dip of the temperatures to kind of keep the roads out here dry. Because, yeah, everything froze. But everything, you can see, even the trees were dry. So there must have, so that's a good thing. But I know we're not, I can already see, what's today, Monday? This coming Saturday, they got the same similar temps. So that's going to be a little cold stretch. But have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow. And if you got to call out from work, your safety comes first. Now I'm going to get all serious, but for real, your safety comes first. It ain't worth it. So you get a snow day, take it. Especially if you had to shovel and all that stuff. Yeah, if you had to shovel everything out. No. So anyway, okay. Have a great day, pleasant tomorrow. I'll see you next episode.